Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. This is your mid-November reading. Let's get right into it now. I was meditating on your energy before I shone the camera, and I was hearing for you, let go, okay, let go. And I was hearing as well Scorpio, so whatever that may mean to you, let us split the cards here. Okay, and it's interesting, Libra, because as I was meditating on your energy, before I turn on the camera, this light on my desk it's like flickering on and off, and I have to tap it every now and then to get it to go back on. And what I'm hearing for you is it's sort of relentless. Okay, the switch, the on-off switch, is something is inconsistent, Libra, okay? As it pertains to, I'm hearing for you matters of partnership as well. I'm hearing finances. It could be either or, it could be both, okay? You pulled the Ace of Cups upright, overlaying Judgment upright, overlaying the Mother of Pentacles upright. You then pulled the Three of Cups, okay, upright, overlaying the Hermit upright. You then pulled the Hierophant and the Father of Swords, a pair here as I'm seeing it, both sort of bird like feathered creatures that take flight, okay, generally take flight. And right, the Hierophant in the Major Arcana, the fifth card, and the Father of Swords in reverse, almost to which point the Hierophant is shouting over the Father of Swords. I'm hearing, but the Father of Swords is paying no mind, paying no attention. Okay, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, right at the baseline of this reading here. There's a fundamentalism of, there is a relationship of finances. Absolutely. Finances play a certain role, be it in matters of emotions, okay, as well. So there's a sort of overlapping here between matters of emotions and finances. Financial, emotional interplay and emotional finances. Okay, now the Eight of Pentacles upright, right over the Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay, right over the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, right over the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, right over the Emperor in reverse, Strength in reverse. There is a turnaround, and I was hearing for you as well as I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, breaking point. And I'm hearing releasing the show, okay? And I'm also hearing the show must go on. There's something here about a certain accumulation, a certain path that we've traveled, that we've followed, that speaks to measures of progress. I'm hearing standardized progress, finances, career, whatever that sort of the form of security and stability may be for you at the present time. We reach a point, Libra, where I'm hearing it no longer does it for us, the way that we've been moving towards a certain objective. There's a certain dissonance, okay, and it has to do with intellectual values here. We understand it's all a matter of how we I'm hearing communicate our cause. How it is that we, I'm hearing sacrifice what doesn't serve that cause in order to find that the wheels of the train that take us where we understand we are inevitably headed in a certain way by way of our own doing and desire, leads us, means for us. What do these polar worlds mean for us? And there's a certain fundamentalism, Libra, that is a focus here, and it's like something intellectually doesn't sit right with a certain way of, be it right, two individuals in a partnership contributing joint finances to a same sort of situation, the same sort of pot of gold. Okay, take it as you will. There's the recognition that at the end of my line, in this alternate reality, precedes the spoken word of what my idealism is, of the world that I seek to create. So what I'm saying for you, Libra, is that there's a certain level of success. There's a certain level of even collaboration. There's a certain level of, harmony, of consistency. But the inconsistency is where we feel somehow that our productivity isn't measuring up to the standard of what we want to create. So there's a desire, for progress, momentum, growth, yes, fusion as well. But in the ways that speak to our expectation of how it is we want to grow, to transform, to create our world in a very, very personal way. And it's this emphasis on creativity that is your focus, even if you're in a partnership, even if it's a joint sort of situation, your creative role you want to take very seriously, very, very, very seriously, and you realize that the only thing that keeps the process of pursuing this dream, whatever it may be, this creative vision, is your perspective of it. And there's a desire to get down to exactly the context, not only the thoughts I'm getting, the context of the perception of you, of your role. This may be societal, for a number of you, societal. Let me read these cards off to you. You have the Six of Cups in the dead center, right over this Eight of Swords upright, right over the Daughter of Wands in reverse, which mirrors this Six of Cups. You then have the Empress, upright, which mirrors the Eight of Swords and the Six of Cups. Now you then have the Four of Cups upright, looking over at this interaction, right over the Eight of Cups upright. Lots of focus here on the emotional realm, on the emotional realm, and the connection between emotions and our creative vitality in a certain way, our passion, what it is we want to create. And it's almost as if it's like, I want to create this, but I remember I'm one of two in a certain way. There is a certain composition that goes into matters of creation that may have to do with collaboration. In a certain way, I may have to play a certain fundamental foundational role in a partnership. I'm getting that very strongly for a number of you. If this is if partnerships are a focus for you, then this may resonate. This particular subspread here. Now, there is a new beginning in terms of how we want to experience love, in terms of what love means for us as, I'm hearing, a byproduct of what it is that we uphold in a certain way in our world, of what we connect with very deeply. And there's this overlaying of energy between emotions and a feeling of having some sort of firm foundation, And there's a decision point at which we decide how these two worlds merge together, how our desire for an emotional new beginning coincides with the role that we may play in a very sort of material, tangible, physical, practical way. But there's a focus on, you have the Mother of Swords right beneath this Mother of Pentacles. Two mothers here. Mother of Swords, I'm getting that strongly as your own energy. The conceptualization, the framework that underpins this productivity and the role, yet again, that's played in that is a focus for you, okay, is a focus for you. So conceptualization, frameworks of understanding what you desire emotionally is a fundamental focus, okay? Now, again, focus on partnerships, community. And there's been a lot of thinking with that. What does it for me? Okay, what does it for me? And the Hermit speaks to Virgo's energy in the Major Arcana, okay? And there may be a Virgo involved in a certain question of, well, do I resonate with this group of people? There's a question perhaps of a Virgo involved in that. Again, for a number of you, there seems to be a focus on relationships, on partnerships, on it, be it even a financial, professional partnership. There's a focus on the sort of constitutionalism of it. If you are involved with an individual who resonates with the Father of Swords archetype, okay, I'm getting specifically one who has two sort of sides to them, very intellectual but also very creative, but very also private, okay. If this resonates with you, I'm getting that, and if it's a question of partnership with this individual, I'm getting that they're not entirely receptive to, I'm hearing engaging. Okay, engaging in a sort of practical, measured, sustained partnership of sorts. Okay, there's a desire for unconventionality in a certain way, or at least the desire not to abide by just the rules, okay, the laws, the regulations of how a partnership is to work, specifically by way of the law. Okay, now let's get a Celtic cross out here for you, Libra. Okay. Celtic cross does not want to come out. We've got the Six of Pentacles upright, overlaying the Mother of Cups in reverse, the Eight of Wands upright, the Father of Pentacles in reverse, mirroring this Mother of Cups. You then have the Death card at the base of this stack, Scorpio's card mirroring the Eight of Wands. Okay, now another stack popped out here, and it's faced again by the Hierophant, the fifth card in the Major Arcana, overlaying again the Father of Swords in reverse, the Six of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles upright, Three of Cups again we have coming through upright, the Hermit upright. There's a focus here. You have been thinking, okay, if you're in a partnership, Libra, you have been thinking, they have been thinking. It's mutual. It's an open conversation of, most likely, matters of confirmation of what partnership is, means, what is the, I'm hearing what is the means and the method. How is this going to come about in a certain way, and what may the actual terms be? There may be a focus on terms as well. There's here Death card. It may be a Scorpio. Okay, for a number of you, you've got again this mirroring. Okay, the Six of Pentacles upright. The role. Okay, if there is an individual who sort of resembles a financiary, okay, a financiary, someone who is very financially minded, that you feel may be relevant to this project venture. There's a transformational quality to them, and it's unsure exactly how they will be involved. And there may be a change to this. There may be a change of mind, actually, a change of mind, of creative vision, of direction. And I'm getting that this individual may not be involved. Now, the Mother of Cups upright is, I'm getting your own energy. I'm getting that specifically, that is your own energy. Okay, especially if you've got a lot of water in your chart, although, right, of course, general reading, it could speak to another individual. There is a sort of, if you're trying to get someone on board with your project, with your idea, there is a certain level of practicalism that is to be applied in tandem with an approach that is creative, in tandem with the sort of reasoning process that may not be entirely logical. This individual, Father of Pentacles, someone who's very, very sort of structurally inclined, where they're like, well, what are the facts? What are the figures? Right? There is this sort of clashing of mentalities here, and they may not be entirely receptive to the idealized states of processes of growth. Okay, now there is a decision point yet again of what to do as it pertains to growth and momentum. Okay, growth and momentum. You have, again, this pair here, the Father of Swords and the Hierophant, mirroring the pair that came out prior, the Three of Cups and the Hierophant. Again, there is a focus on the contemplation of even people resources. And who aligns with not only my framework of partnerships and relationships, but who aligns with my philosophy, my very reason to desire a partnership in the first place, or whatever it is that I'm seeking to cultivate. Okay, so there's a certain fundamentalism yet again to whatever the work is that you may be doing, Libra, and focusing on that, the concept of what you're working with. As you move into conversation of teaming up, maybe a focus for you, okay? Let us get a Cups of Cross out here for you. This is a major card here, the Wheel of Fortune, okay? In reverse, right your apex here. Now, let's see. There's a certain chapter that is closing. I'm getting the Mother of Swords in upright in the deep past, the Mother of Pentacles upright in the recent past, the Judgment card again coming through for you in your current state. Okay, you then have the Ten of Swords in reverse, beautiful in your advice. You've got two cards here that want to be heard in your near future. The Five of Cups in reverse, the Six of Swords in reverse, 5-6, a sequence. We've then got the Fool, beautiful, in your hopes and or fears, with the Son of Pentacles in reverse in the final outcome. Okay, now the Father of Wands in reverse in the energetic pathway that leads you into your current state of the Judgment card. You then have the Seven of Wands upright in your environment, right beneath this Wheel of Fortune. Again, the Ten of Pentacles coming out in the energetic pathway that leads you into the final outcome of the Son of Pentacles. Now, Son of Wands in reverse, overlaying the Ten of Wands upright in your theme. You have the Five of Pentacles upright, overlaying Temperance upright, right beneath this Ten of Wands. There's a focus, absolutely, on the materialization of a certain dream, of a certain goal, the desire for change. There's a desire for change. There's a desire for a new beginning. The question is, what's the direction? Okay, and I'm getting that there is a closing out of a certain chapter prior to moving onwards, okay, moving forward along a new path, okay. you have these two characters coming through again, side by side. Mother of Swords, Mother of Pentacles. There's a tremendous focus, you realize, Libra, on not only my ability to manifest. Okay, I'm hearing to manifest. Not only on my ability to create something, to uphold something, but to feel completely aligned with it. Okay, I'm hearing mind, body, soul, where I'm hearing this is my baby. It's like, this is my baby. What I'm creating is a reflection of my ideologies. And that framework, I want to be very much present in my decision-making process of how it is I decide to move forward from here. You have a point of sort of remission. Okay, you've got the Father of Wands in reverse, the Son of Wands in reverse, Son of Pentacles in reverse. A point of remission of taking time to decide what exactly you want the role to be, and or the role of another. Okay, and but again, the focus is on harmonization of ideals. Okay, and so these two cards are not in the same position, okay, but I picked them up like that. We'll heed that. They're both Swords cards. The Ten of Swords is in your advice. The Six of Swords with the Five of Cups, right? Yet again, in the near future. The focus for you is on releasing expectation of how the prior cycle, the older ways of reaching a certain point of culmination, or an older paradigm, okay, of creativity, of productivity, even career finances, closes itself out in a certain way as you move through the cycle. So there's a transformation of how it is we perceive the change that we're sort of moving into, okay, and what I'm getting here, Libra, is that there is a tremendous focus on what this change means for you emotionally. Yet again, the focus coming through for you on emotions. What is it that I feel through the change? Okay, I can think myself through the change in a certain way, but what do I really feel about how my ideologies and my pursuit of them in a certain way, my implementation of them and what it is that I do changes. And there's a past, though, that speaks to career finances, that speaks to emotional satisfaction, rather, that is being moved through, transformed, okay? And you realize that is the focus. Transformation is the focus. Transmutation of older ways of moving through change, of accomplishing your tasks, is under reconfiguration in a certain way. And that is the focus prior to taking the action, prior to asserting our cause, where we go from here. So there's a turning of the tables, but with a focus on, well, what, in a certain way, it's like, what has been served until this point? What have I been eating? What, right? And before we switch out the plates kind of thing, there's this sort of reflective point, and Thanksgiving is coming up, okay? And so generally, right, Thanksgiving is a point of, a period of appreciation, of gratitude, right? And so it's just before we return, okay, to the next sort of experience in our world. There's a point of reflection on the past of what brought us here in a certain way, by way of our own exertion of desire, and coming to a point of finding what it is that compels you to move from one chapter to the next is your focus here. And I'm getting that There's a lot of searching, okay, for that sort of what is the golden ticket? What is my foray, I'm hearing, into this world that I understand I'm nearing, that I understand I am to create. But what is the light that goes off in that room? To which point I remember, I'm hearing, I remember why it is that I've shown up to do my part. I'm hearing my deed, okay? So however that resonates with you. But the point here is transformation, Libra. The point here is transformation. And again, though, we're seeing that time is being taken, okay, to act upon. I'm getting that the focus is on the ideological sort of state of awareness of where we want to move, But in terms of the pivoting of direction, of action, there is time being taken, okay, a bit of a standstill, okay, to really come to terms with, and I'm getting whatever this decision is, it's a big decision, okay, Judgment right here, and you've got so much focus here. Daughter of Pentacles looking over at Judgment. Father of Wands, right, surrendering to Judgment. Judgment flying up into the Father of Wands. The focus is on what the decision will be in a conceptual way. And from there on, right, the oars begin to, I'm hearing remember how they are to move through the cycle of change in and of themselves. So it's almost like this, Libra. It's like there's a certain change that you want to enact, that you want to follow, okay? But you realize that it's not as much about taking, I'm hearing, on new actions, just changing the way that I'm doing things, or just resurfacing things. It's a matter of aligning my desire with my perception that orients not just my actions, but my intentions. And I understand that it is my intention that cultivates action, that substantiates matter, that organizes, I'm hearing, the workflow. So it's almost like you realize, and you may be thinking, okay, I understand that everything will sort of fall into place, and I'm feeling this tingling here on my right hand palm, right beneath my right thumb. You understand that I'm your gestation. It's not necessarily about manipulating matter in such a way where it's like, okay, it's like Play-Doh. I've got it all sorted out. Rather, Libra, your focus is on the energetic underpinning and readiness for this new beginning, to which point you feel, I'm not just physically on board. I understand what this whole cycle means for me. And it's so very beautiful. Okay, so enjoy mid-November. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you who celebrate. And I will be back soon with your early December reading. How exciting. Time's just flying right by us. So please feel free to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign, as well as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. For example, I know I resonate a lot with my moon sign, even more than my sun sometimes, here and there. Sometimes Venus will also play a role, particularly in matters of finance and career, hobbies, okay, so on and so forth. So if you don't know your signs, you can click the link below in the description box that I provide, and that will compute them for you. Otherwise, thank you all so very much for your support. support. I appreciate that. And love and light to all on this transformational journey forward. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.